A few months ago, a local woodworker named David Shaw gave me a stack of beautiful wood scraps for free. Awesome. Now, scraps might be a bit of a misleading term because for the most part, these are big usable pieces of wood. But his shop, the Northern Joinery, makes mostly large monumental pieces of furniture. So for them, they are scraps and they give them away or end up burning them. I used one of those pieces to make a coffee table, which I then sold, but I still have a lot of this wood left over. Big piece of walnut. Oh my God, look at this thing. You could make something crazy out of this. I think this is walnut. It's just a bit of a lighter color. There's a lot. Honestly, it's a little overwhelming, and as you might know, I'm moving into my van with my wife, cat, and dog in less than a month, and the last thing I want to do is put all of this beautiful wood into storage for a year. I'd love to use some of this to make furniture for our van, and I think I can start with some of this. This is bird's eye maple, and conveniently, it's already cut into uniform strips. Check out the grain on that. That is beautiful.
So these are all bird's eye maple slats that we had a client pick up for us at an auction from, you know, Brunswick pool tables?
No, but I assume they make pool tables.
So yeah, they make pool tables. And this was, I guess they had shut down a factory and they blew out a whole bunch of stuff. So it's all
milled.
It's all milled bird's eye. And I have 3 bundles of that you can take.
Oh, sweet. Can I show you something in the van? I had an idea. So he had a bunch of these bird's eye maple slats.
Yeah.
I was thinking it might be good for our counters.
Oh, I love it.
We don't have to decide now, but I feel like it could work well. So I built our cabinets with this countertop design in mind. I'm going to glue slats to the Baltic birch subtop to create a butcher block style countertop. And then I can use pieces like this to make a nice border around the edge. Now, instead of gluing and brad nailing these in place and ending up with a bunch of ugly nail holes that I have to fill and sand, I'm gonna use wood glue for strength and CA glue as clamps. Here's my first piece. Apply some wood glue, but not everywhere. And I'll add some dots of CA glue. Now, this stuff is activator. If I spray it on the Baltic birch surface, when the CA glue touches it, it will cure instantly. Clamp this in place while the wood glue dries. There we go. That's not going anywhere, and it will be clamped in place while the wood glue dries. So right as I got started, I ran into 2 problems. First off, I think I have just enough of this stuff to cover both countertops, so I can't waste any. The second problem is that almost all of these are the same length, which isn't great for a butcher block pattern. There's a few that are cut in half, and if I stagger those with the full pieces, all of my seams are aligned. It doesn't look great. You want your seams to look kind of random and ideally have random lengths. Now I could hang the slats off the edge of the table and then cut it off flush to create my pattern, but again, I have just enough of this stuff, so I want to avoid waste. So I took a bunch of slats and cut them to random lengths. I'm gonna use those pieces to try and create my pattern, and then hopefully I can avoid much waste. Oh, do we have a visitor? Penny's gonna help me finish the countertops. Alright, so I got the smaller counter covered in the slats. I took it out of the van, trimmed the edges flush with my track saw, and now we're ready to add the border. Unfortunately, these slats are not long enough to cover this long edge in the front, but I have some hard maple left over from another project. This stuff is plenty long, so I'm gonna rip this into strips and use it to create the border. blew the circuit breaker again. All right, we got the first countertop trimmed up. Eden's actually sanding it right now. You can probably hear her. And while she does that, let's make the second countertop. Keep going. Ah, nice, it'll be way easier in here. Better lighting too.
Yeah.
So we got these sanded up to 220 grit, and when I say we, I mean Eden did 80% of the sanding, then I swooped in at the end to claim the glory.
Thank you.
And now we're ready to finish these with Total Boat Halcyon Clear. This has been our go-to varnish for the van build because it is marine grade, super durable, easy to apply in low VOC. That's really important because it is currently cold outside with the fall weather in Ontario, so we brought these inside to finish and we won't get sick from fumes.
You know why it's important also that they're low VOC?
Why?
Because we don't want puppy to get sick.
We've used this stuff to finish our ceiling, our benches, my pallet desk. It looks fantastic and I'm so excited to see how it looks on the maple. Total Boat is also the sponsor for this video, so check out the link in the description for a discount. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We ended up doing 2 coats of gloss, a quick sanding with 220 grit, and then a final top coat with satin. And by we, I mean Eden. She did 90% of the finishing, and it looks so good. Before we put this long counter back in the van, we're gonna cut out holes for our stove and our sink. We've measured these like 10 times, so let's just do it. All right, nice. One down. All right, moment of truth. Boom. Beautiful, got no gaps. And our stove. Beautiful.
Nice.
We actually already tested this. We just thought it would look better if we did it all at the same time. I can't lie.
You can't lie. Just move in a little bit more. Okay, stop. 1, 2, 3.
Woo, that looks great.
That looks awesome.
Sweet.
Coming together.
Coming together. So for this long counter that extends out over the sliding door, I want to build a flip-up counter extension so that we have more counter space next to the stove. But I have good news and bad news. Now the bad news is that these are all the slats of hard maple that I have left. I used almost all of these on our countertops. But the good news is that among all that free wood David gave me, he gave me this beautiful chunk of bird's eye maple. This is the same stuff that the slats are made of. I did the math, and I think if I mill this up, I should have enough to build the counter extension. Let's do it. All right, let's see how these $30 Amazon folding shelf brackets work out. All right.
Sweet.
Let's see how it folds. Woo! Ooh.
That's sweet.
Wow, that's like really solid.
Amazon coming in clutch. Welcome to my crib. Would you like to see my adjustable countertop?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
Voila.
nice.
And you can totally still get in and out. Out. In. This is awesome. Good job, you.
And don't worry, we are eventually going to paint our cabinets, just probably once we're on the road. Actually, definitely once we're on the road. Oh, this is so good.
You did such a good job.
I thought this bracket was going to be way worse, but it's like really solid. So satisfying.
This is so much more fun than cleaning up the laundry detergent spill that's all over our closet right now. Thank you for including me.
You're welcome. So we still have a good amount of this wood left, and I think I have enough to build our dining table, which will double as the base of our bed. Now we have this beautiful walnut, but I kind of want to stick with this maple colored theme, and I have this piece, very clear, beautiful piece of maple, and this spalted guy. And I think the two of these should be enough wood to build a dining table that's about 40 inches long and 24 inches wide. We're moving out of this apartment in 4 days though, so let's see if I can get this done before we leave. I actually haven't even tested the fit yet.
Uh-oh. Nice.
There it is.
Wow, look at that.
Actually looks dope. For the past month, we have been hustling on this van build to get it livable before we moved out of our apartment on Halloween. Moving day itself was crazy. We had already been working 12-hour days, and then it was another 2 full days in a row. And on the day that we're leaving Aurelia, it's snowing. I'm ready to get to some warmer weather.
Woo! No, thank you. Let's go to California.
And for the past week, we've been parked outside Eden's parents' house in Toronto, getting the finishing touches on this thing. I'm nervous. So after about, I would say, a week of full-time work of working on this electrical system, like 40 or 50 hours, I think we're finally ready to test it. All right, here we go. All right, it's on.
Oh, I heard a beep.
I hear beeps. Okay.
Okay.
Things seem to be going. The fridge is on. I can hear it.
Nice.
All right.
That's good. We've had our food in there for like 3 days, just
Good.
being like hoping for the
Below
best.
freezing. We can turn on the solar charge controller.
Okay. Ooh, so our solar panels can work.
Oh, we have our Serbo GX on.
Awesome.
We're
41,
charging
43
watts.
43 watts. Wow, that's so exciting.
Get a nice like long shot. All right, so testing the lights in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I think the dimmer was all the way down. There we go.
Da, 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 da.
Other light switch is here.
Yeah.
There we go. We got some
Nice.
lights. I think I have to turn the inverter on because I think it's off right now.
Okay. Wow, this is so exciting.
Inverter going on.
Okay. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, hello.
Oh, it says overload on the inverter. Multi-plus, alarm, inverter overload. All right, take 2. I think I figured it out. I messed up wiring our breaker box, so there was an instant short circuit causing the inverter to overload, and I'm hoping I didn't destroy it by short circuiting it, but I think this thing has protection for that built in. So let's turn this thing on again. Inverter on. I don't see the overload light going. Okay, now we can check the actual breaker. So let's go back here.
All right.
We'll turn the breaker panel on.
Nice.
That's good. Let's test some outlets. So let's turn these outlets on. I'm gonna leave the water heater off for now, but let's turn these on. All right, they're not blowing immediately, so that means I did something right. The one AC appliance I have in here is the thing that draws the most electricity, the heat gun. It doesn't even, 1200 watts, so it's about 10 amps. We should be good with that because these are 15 amp circuits. Okay, the GFCI is on. We're using GFCI outlets, super safe. 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! So at this point, the van is ready to live in, but it needs one more finishing touch. Here it is. We're gonna have to do this every night.
Nice.
All right, this way. There we go.
Awesome.
Our dining table. Once again, we already did test this off camera. We had like 4 people around this table, super comfortably. Like, I think you could fit 6 people in here.
Yep.
And of course, this is also going to be our bed. So should we demonstrate how that's gonna work?
Let's do it. Nice.
We actually have never tested this. So hopefully this will... So there's one side. So that covers most of the middle, but obviously we still have a bit of gap right here. So for that, we have an extra piece of wood.
That I'm just gonna slide on.
Observe. These go in the middle. And then this one, we built them a little oversized so that we can squish them into the place.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Nice. Awesome.
There we go.
Hey, this worked.
We got ourselves a bed.
Oh, we're on a bit of a downhill.
Yeah, I guess if we're parked on the side of the road like this, we want our heads like this. So as you can see by our outfits, it's pretty cold in Toronto right now, and we're getting a bit antsy to get to some nice sunny weather, so.
It's literally snowing right now.
Should we get out of here?
Yeah, I think we should get out of here.
The adventure begins! Finishing touches like, oh, here comes the electric FedEx truck. The most exciting part about being in Toronto. Yay. It's so fun and it makes a really cool sound.
I know, you're very cute.